everybody. Going live today to do some free psychic readings as promised. So I hope a few people are going to catch up with me. I did advertise it on my webpage and looking forward to sharing some great psychic readings with you today. I've done this a couple of times before. For those of you that are keeping up with my page, you will have probably seen that, but I'm relatively new at it still and feeling really nervous, so bear with me. So first of all, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my psychic gifts for those people that haven't seen my work before. I started off, came from a very psychic family. None of the people in my family, the women in my family, earned money from their psychic skills, but it was very much a part of the way I grew up. I came to use my gifts because I was working as a therapist, so I'm a qualified clinical hypnotherapist, a life coach. I do counselling. I was a careers advisor for many, many years. And so as I was working one-on-one with people, you know, I'm also a relationship coach. I was working one-on-one with people and I was getting information that I shouldn't have known, basically. And that's how my psychic gifts work. And then work started working and then I went off and I did, you know, lots of training. So that's how I came to do this, and I found that I really love it. People love having a reading and they love getting some guidance. Everyone's got issues or problems in their lives that they're struggling with. I don't know anybody that doesn't have challenges in their life from time to time, and it's really good to get some divine guidance, some help along the way. So that's what I love to do. So I've got some readings. People posted some pictures on my Facebook page as I asked and posted some questions. So I'm going to do some readings for people that posted there, but hopefully I'll have some time to perhaps do some readings for people that have logged on live. So if you'd like to post a question, make sure that you have a photo when you post the question, please, because that's how I read you. I tune into your photograph. I'm very visual because I'm clairvoyant. Which is clear seeing, so as well as being clairsentient, which is clear feeling. So that's how I tune into your energy via that photograph, which is why I can do email readings really well. Lots of people enjoy those. You can actually email me your photo and some questions, and I can tune into your photo and give you a reading from your photo. So if you're interested in that, you need to go to my website, psychicria.com, and you'll be able to get into those email readings if you want a personal reading. But today we're doing public readings, so that's a little bit different. Okay, first of all, I just want to say hello to whoever's online with us, so I need my glasses for that. Michelle Martin, yes, Michelle, ask questions. Ruth, hi Ruth, nice to see you again. Kalia, wonderful guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm just going to like your thingies. Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you guys to like and share this live thing when you can. That will really help me out, and I appreciate that so much. I just wanted to talk to you first of all a little bit about the energy that I tune into, which is the goddess Ma'at. Now, the goddess Ma'at was the Egyptian goddess of truth, justice, and harmony. Very much connected and similar to the goddess Isis. I believe that they are an aspect of the same energy, as is Ra. So all of those energies and those goddesses of the Egyptians times tie in together. And the laws of Egypt were based on the virtues of Ma'at. So those virtues of Ma'at are really important, and they all are about truth, justice, and harmony, and that really resonates with me, and I know it resonates with a lot of other people too. So Ma'at is very much about not interfering with free will. So the answers when they're coming through are not things that are going to definitively tell you what you must do or mustn't do, and they're not going to give you scary guidance or tell you something's bad or horrible, or, you know, Ma'at isn't like that. And the energies that I connect with, if you're having a psychic reading and you're connecting with a psychic that is tuned into higher dimensional realities, and I'm talking 5th, 6th, 7th and above dimensional realities where the beings come from that I connect to, you're not going to get anything scary. We're not going to tell you you've got cancer or your mother's going to die or anything like that. I don't believe in that, because that's really interfering in your free will. And same with telling you that your relationship's finished. You know, that occasionally that does happen, but it's usually only when you really know and you've got one foot out the door and you're just wanting confirmation. So Ma'at is very strong about not interfering with people's free will. I believe that psychics have to work with a level of principle and integrity, and that's what I try and do too. And so that's how the answers will come through. Okay, let's see who else is online. Georgia, hi Georgie, thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do some readings. Now I'm going to be looking at the photo on my phone of the people who posted questions. So the first reading I'm going to do is for Samantha Wade. Samantha wants to know, will I get a job soon, please? Okay, so good question, Samantha. Now, as I tune into your vibration, honey, what I'm picking up on is that there is something there for you right on the cusp. You're about to walk into a job opportunity, and it feels like it's not very far away to me. And I'm going to say in the next couple of months something is going to come through. I feel there is a little bit of negative energy in your vibration. It's very common when you've been out of work for a while to get depressed and overwhelmed and feel, you know, like nothing's ever going to happen for you. But that's what you've got to avoid. You know, remember, when you're creating your own reality, you're creating it with your vibration and with your energy. And so you need to hold a positive vibration as you move forward, Samantha. It's really important. Be affirming to yourself every day. I am you know, that perfect job is here. I have a perfect job. I am perfectly employed in the perfect job for me. And put it in the present tense so that the universe is getting that very strong energy from you that, yes, you already have what you want. As I'm tuning into your vibration too, I'm being told that perhaps your resume needs a little bit of tweaking. It doesn't matter how many times we tweak those things, there's always more work to be done. It can always look better. So I feel that the way you're presenting yourself needs a little bit of work. Have a look at your resume. Be very careful about your application letters when you're applying for jobs. Every job must have its own application letter, and you must direct that application letter at the criteria that they're asking for in the job ad, so that you stand out. A lot of employers don't even get to look at your CV or your resume. If you don't have a letter, or if your letter doesn't aim specifically at what they're asking for, they just bin your application. So you've got to be very careful of that, and I feel that there's a little bit of area of improvement there for you, my darling. But given that, I'm going to say a couple of months. So you get back to me and let me know what happens with that, because I'll be really pleased to hear that you got something. Okay, next reading is for my lovely darling Ruth. Are you still on there, Ruth? You are. Good on you. Okay, so Ruth's asking, where is my relationship heading in the future? Okay, so when I first looked at this question this morning for you, Ruth, and I kind of tuned into it, I know that I've done readings for you before, and you've been here to my house and we've discussed things before, but I don't know whether I've ever spoken to you about your relationship at all. So I'm just going to, you know, put out there what I'm picking up at the moment. And that is that there's very much a contract between you two. And the contract is that you're going to be together through thick and thin, very much focused on the children. I feel that although this relationship, like all relationships, may have its challenges, there's also some good stuff in there. I feel like there's a real connection between you two that is more friendship based, and there's a kind of an understanding, like you really get each other on some degree. I feel there's a little bit of distance between you, and so you're not necessarily as romantically connected as you'd like to be. There's not much romance. There's not a lot of that kind of fulfillment coming through for you. But I feel that there is love here, and I feel that this relationship is going to continue for a significant period of time, and that you two are going to stay together through thick and thin. So I hope that helps. That's where your relationship is going in the future. Okay, great, Samantha. Thank you. Christina, hi, darling. Leslie, nice to have you with us. All right, so I'm going to go on now, and I'm going to do a reading for Kalia Marino. Hi, sweetie. Nice to hear from you. And Kalia's just asking for a message of guidance at this moment. So just bear with me, Kalia, while I just tune into this and see what's coming through for you. I'm just going to close my eyes for a minute and just tune into Kalia, for Kalia, and just tune into what's coming through. Okay, what they're telling me, Kalia, is that you've had a few ups and downs even since I spoke to you last, and you've had a few days where you've kind of felt a little bit overwhelmed, or that things weren't moving as fast as you want them to. And these might have only been moments of doubt, but that certainly is coming through. And what I'm being told is just all positive for you. You are definitely on the right path. Things are really starting to shift and move around you. And I know Kalia came to me for some hypnotherapy. We did some work together, so that was great. And I know that she got great results out of it, because she's written a really lovely review for me on my page, which you guys might want to check out. Yes, it's just a message of encouragement for you coming through. Everything is working out perfectly. Things are really changing, and you have definitely got your feet on the right path at the moment. So it's just encouragement for you to continue forward. Stay positive. Stay in your own power. Be careful not to give your power away to anybody else. That includes me. Don't ever give your power away to anybody. And be very aware of your energy vibration. If your energy starts to get a bit flat, and this goes for everybody, like I've said before, when I'm doing readings, I'm doing them live like this. If you're listening in and you're not having a reading, or the reading's not for you, you can certainly pick up information out of other people's readings that is also for you. That's how spirit works. So very important that when you're in a moment of doubt, or you start to get a little bit overwhelmed or flat, that you do some radical self-care to perk your energy up. Now, that could mean you doing something that makes you feel good. It could be having a bubble bath. It could be going for a walk on the beach. It could be having a lay down. It could be going for coffee for a friend. It could be, going for a lovely walk, doing some exercise, watching a great movie on TV. Anything that distracts you from those negative thoughts is going to be able to help you raise your vibration back up to the level it needs to be again. So that's for you, my darling Kalia. I hope that works. Okay, we've got Letitia Lee. Hi, darling. Stacey, lovely to have you with us. All right, so moving on. Now, I've got Vicky Woolnow. I think that's how you pronounce her name. And Vicky's just feeling a little bit lost and unhappy at the moment. So let me just tune in for you, Vicky, and tune into your photo, and let me see what's coming through for you about being lost. Okay, so what's coming through here, darling, is that I feel like you're going through a transformational period. It's sort of like it's like coming out of childhood and going into adolescence, only perhaps you're in the middle of somewhere else at the other end. But it's almost like there's a vibrational shift, a biological change in you happening, and you're finding yourself a little bit at 6s and 7s, because so much has changed about the way you see the world and the way you see life that you really don't know. It's very unfamiliar to you. You kind of lost your footing. That's what it feels like to me. Also feel a lot of loneliness coming up around you. I feel there's a little bit of disconnection with those around you. And, certainly I'm feeling your energy is really flat. And I'm going to say that, you may even be feeling a little bit depressed from time to time. Look, it's hard for us to understand from this third dimensional reality that a lot of the challenges that are sent to us are lessons. I know that sounds boring, but that's the way it is. They're lessons, and we're supposed to sink our teeth into that challenge and overcome that challenge to show to ourselves what it is we're truly capable of, how strong we really are, and to dig deep down inside us and find coping strategies and different ways of thinking and feeling that we need to shift ourselves to a different vibration by doing that. And this is what's happening with you. So it's really important that you understand that happiness is an inside job. I don't know anybody that doesn't have their dark times. We all do. Some of us have a greater range of sensitivity, and I feel that this is actually you too, that you're more sensitive, so that you have higher highs and or capable of higher highs and lower lows. But you seem to be operating in the lower end of that stream at this current time. there's no way of getting out of it except that, you know, there comes a point in time in your life where you've got to put your big girl pants on and take responsibility for how you're feeling. And that means you've got to be in control of what you're thinking, because your thinking controls your emotions, and you've got to be very much taking care of yourself physically. So there's that both mental and physical care that needs to happen. Now, what happens when you start getting depressed is that you pull yourself away from connection with others that might lift your spirits. Almost nothing seems to make you happy anymore. And I know because I've been there, and so many other people have too. But even if something only makes you happy, doing something only makes you happy for 5 minutes, that is lifting your vibration and changing your vibrational resonance, okay? So you've just got to keep reaching out for things. And I'm going to direct you, sweetie, to my website, because there's a book that I wrote on my website, and it's on my www.rea.com.au. I think it's at the top of this post. Website. If you go to my website and you fill in the subscribe form on my website, you can download for free a book that I wrote called Get Back Your Mojo. Now, that book is full of strategies for people who are suffering from anxiety and depression, and it's got about 11 different strategies in it that you can use. And these, it's not rocket science. These are normal, natural things that we know how to do. We just stop doing them when we get anxious or depressed. And particularly, darling, I'd like you to have a look at chapter 2, which is the chapter where it teaches you how to control your mind. Very important for you. I feel that you have huge potential to actually lift your spirits and feel better. Let's see if I can tune into the future for you and see if there's anything there coming up in your future. Let me just have a look at your photo again. Is there anything coming up for you? Look, I'm going to say that I'm really tuning into, I feel someone new coming into your life. I think this is actually a friend, someone you haven't yet met. I think it's another woman, to be honest with you. It's going to open up a new doorway for you to show, and sometimes that's all we need. You know, all we need is just something fresh. Remember, variety is the spice of life, and I feel like you've been doing the same thing over and over and over again. You need a real shift in this department. You need to get some variety and some spice back into your life in order to, again, raise your vibration. So be ready and on the lookout for somebody that you really connect with, who's in a very similar position to you and is a very similar age to you, that is going to be someone that you can share with and get emotional support from and actually have fun with. I feel very much that this person's coming into your life in the next few weeks or so. So stay tuned and let me know about that. But do go and download my book, Get Back Your Mojo, and start having a go at some of those strategies in the book. Just pick whatever strategies you think you're going to be able to do easily, and you've got to be doing it every day. It's like, you have to clean your teeth every day for the rest of your life, and you don't go, oh no, I have to clean my teeth, oh that's bad. Okay, you've got to be in control of your mind, and you've got to take responsibility for your own happiness every day of your life from now on. And look, as I'm tuning in, they're telling me you've had a lot of good stuff happen in your life. It's not all been bad. And if I were you, I would be spending some of my time remembering the great stuff and being grateful for the wonderful things that have happened. Because I actually feel there is, there has been a lot of support around you, and you've got loved ones around you who care about you very much. So that's definitely something to be grateful for. So sometimes it just needs for us to shift our perspective from the negative to the positive, and I think that's very much what you need to do, sweetie. Okay, hi Sierra Felix, that's a beautiful name. Okay, who are we going to move on to next? Okay, now the next reading I'm going to do is for someone called Stacey Milne. And Stacey's question really is very similar. Hello, Bella. That's my dog, Bella. Stacey's question is very similar to Vicky's question. She's also not feeling too happy and feeling a little bit out of her comfort zone and having panic attacks. So, Stacey, I'm going to say, listen to everything that I said for Vicky, because it all relates to you too. Please go to my website and download my book, Get Back Your Mojo, and read that. It's an ebook. so you can read it on your iPad or your phone or laptop or whatever. And let's see what personal message is coming through for you here as I tune in. Yeah, look, again, feeling your energy very flat. There is a lot of fear in you that actually, part of the reason why you're feeling that anxiety and that fear is that it goes back to childhood stuff. I really feel that there's a great need for you to do some inner child work. Now, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, so this is what I do. So if you're on the Gold Coast, by all means contact me, because it's something that needs to be done face to face. If you're not on the Gold Coast, contact me and tell me where you are, and I'll give you some names of some hypnotherapists that you can go and see. But there's something that's happened back in your childhood that has caused some blockage in you and some fears that need to be released and can be released. You know, very often it only takes one session of hypnotherapy, regression therapy, to go back and heal something that's happened in your past. I feel that there's more than one event that's happened in your past that may be causing this issue. Yeah, there's some stuff that went on in childhood. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, it's anything really black and dark in most people's childhood. Remember, what a child finds traumatic is not the same as what an adult finds traumatic. So sometimes when you go back and you regress people back to their childhood, it's something that's fairly easily fixed from your adult perspective, because you take your now self back there, your wise adult mind, and you look at that childhood event, can look at it from a very different perspective, and that's incredibly healing. So any good regression therapist or timeline therapy therapist is going to be able to help you do that. That is the root cause of your anxiety and fear. It's something that goes back to your childhood. So once you fix that, you're going to find yourself in a much, much better place. And again, anxiety is one of those things that is, what is anxiety? It's fear of the future. And so because of what's happened in the past, you've built up this feeling of fear in your body. You know, you're not connected to it as much in your day-to-day conscious activity. You don't know what's really causing it or what's behind it, and then you're projecting that into everything that's happening in your now moment. Or, you know, what people with anxiety do is often project themselves into the future, to an unknown future scenario that hasn't happened yet, and imagine the worst case scenario they can possibly imagine and make themselves feel really fearful and sick in the moment. So your mind is what causes a lot of this. So getting in control of your mind is going to be really, really important for you, my darling. So let me know, email me, info@ria.com.au if I can be of any help. Okay, let's have a look and see if there's anybody online that is on here that has posted a question that wants a reading. I'm just going back through them. Bruce says, thank you so much, Ria. Everything you said is definitely true. I guess I just needed reassurance as we're going through some challenges at present. Thank you, darling. That's lovely to hear. Claire says, thank you. Very encouraging. Good on you, darling. Okay. All right. So no one's posted a question on there for me to answer that I can see. So I'm going to wrap it up now. So don't forget that you can, if you want a personal reading, if you're watching this after the live event, and you decide that you want a reading, I do email readings for anyone all over the world. I do Skype readings. I can get on Skype and do a reading for you. And you can find all of that by going to my website, psychicria.com. Now, I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a life coach. So I work with people from a number of different aspects and levels on really helping you to find happiness and peace in your life. And that's what I do and what I love. I'm on the Gold Coast. If anyone's on the Gold Coast and you want to catch up with me, please contact me. I'd love to hear from you.